In the vast world of battle through the heavens, there are many unforgettable moments. Moments of triumph, betrayal, heartbreak, and destiny. Yet among all of them, there exists one scene that can truly be called the greatest crack in Queen Medusa's defenses. It is not a battle against the Soul Palace. It is not a duel of heavenly flames. It is not even the life and death struggles against Xun'er. It is the moment when her heart, the heart of the proud and cold Serpent Queen, is shattered, not by blades or fire, but by memory itself. When Xiao Yan stood before the ancient Bodhi Tree, he was tested in the cruelest of ways. The tree, as old as the heavens and earth, possesses the mysterious ability to trigger endless reincarnations, forcing cultivators to relive countless lives in search of their truest selves. It is a trial meant to temper one's Tao heart, to test one's will, and to expose the truths buried deepest within. For Xiao Yan, this should have been a journey of reflection, a chance to recall those who stood by him, those who sacrificed for him, and those who shared joy and suffering at his side. And yet, the cruel reality unfolded. Within each reincarnation, no matter how Xiao Yan lived, no matter whether he was a beggar on the streets, an emperor on the throne, or a lone wanderer drifting across continents, there was one constant. Every time he met a woman in red, the image blurred. Every time a serpentine shadow appeared at his side, his memory dimmed. Every time he should have remembered the queen who stood beside him, his heart and mind betrayed her. Because the only figure who remained vivid, the only name his soul clung to through 99 lifetimes, was Xun'er. Imagine the devastation. For Queen Medusa, Kai Lin, this was the ultimate betrayal. She was no ordinary woman in Xiao Yan's story. She was once his greatest enemy, a proud ruler of the Snake People tribe who sacrificed her pride and even her freedom in the tangled web of fate that bound her to Xiao Yan. She gave him a child. She stood at his side against countless enemies. She bore the humiliation of being placed behind Xun'er, Yun, and even Little Medical Fairy in the so-called Harem rankings. And yet she endured. But here in the test of reincarnation, she realized a cruel truth. In the deepest recesses of Xiao Yan's soul, she did not exist. Not a single tender memory, not a single spark of affection, not even a shadow of acknowledgement. To Xiao Yan's core being, only Xun'er mattered. When fragments of these reincarnations leaked out, the reactions of the women around him revealed everything. Xun'er, calm and collected as always, sipped her tea and placed a filter over the memories with her golden emperor burning heaven flame, ensuring that the ugliest parts of Xiao Yan's past were hidden, erased, and rewritten in a golden glow. She quietly monopolized his heart without lifting a blade, without raising her voice. Little Medical Fairy, soft and compassionate, could only shake her head and sigh, standing as a silent buffer, preventing Medusa from doing something reckless. But Medusa herself, the proud queen who once stood above all, who carried the dignity of a race and the ferocity of the seven-colored sky-swallowing python, her fury nearly shook the heavens. When she realized the truth, her bloodline ignited, and she raised her serpentine blade against the very Bodhi Tree itself. Had she been left unchecked, Zhongzhou might have awakened the next morning to shocking headlines. World-shaking, Dusheng Queen cuts down ancient Bodhi Tree in a jealous rage. And yet the Bodhi Tree spirit itself mocked her. "Girl," it said slowly, as though every word carried the weight of eternity, "your husband is stargazing with the girl in green." The girl in green, Xun'er. That single sentence was like a thunderbolt to Medusa's heart. The very heavens seemed to laugh at her pain. It was not just Xiao Yan's betrayal, it was destiny itself branding her as a shadow, a side character, a woman destined to be forgotten in the grand tapestry of the protagonist's journey. And when Xiao Yan finally emerged from the reincarnation trial, the final straw was broken. Medusa rushed forward, ready to embrace him, ready to confirm that perhaps, just perhaps, he still carried a piece of her in his heart. But what did Xiao Yan say? Did he call her name? Did he reach out to her? Did he recognize the woman who had given him her everything? Instead, his words betrayed her once more, directing his flames and his trust toward Xun'er, placing her in the very center of his world. In that instant, Medusa's heart froze over completely. The child-rearing contract she had carried, the sacrifices she had made, the battles she had fought, none of it mattered. She had been nothing more than a passerby in his soul. It was then that she made her silent vow. If fate decreed she would always be second, then she would no longer tie her destiny to Xiao Yan's. Better to face Hun Tiandi in battle, better to risk annihilation than to endure the humiliation of being forgotten by the man she once called husband. And so the proud Queen Medusa broke. Her defense was shattered, not by the Soul Palace, not by the ancient clans, but by love itself. That is why this scene is perhaps the most heartbreaking in Battle Through the Heavens. Not because of a physical wound, not because of betrayal in battle, but because of the cruel indifference of memory. Xiao Yan could remember flames, battles, alchemy, and enemies. He could even remember trivial details about his childhood sweetheart. But the woman who bore his child, who shared his struggles, who once rivaled the heavens themselves, was erased from his heart in the deepest trial of all. And so, I leave you with this question, a question that fans have debated endlessly. If Medusa and Xun'er fell into the void at the same time, who would Xiao Yan save first? Would he reach out for the woman who fought, sacrificed, and gave him her all? Or would he still choose the girl in green, the childhood sweetheart whose shadow never left his soul? Perhaps that answer is already written in the leaves of the Bodhi Tree. Perhaps Medusa always knew, and perhaps that is why, in her heart of hearts, the queen who feared nothing finally wept. And that wraps up one of the most heart-wrenching moments in Battle Through the Heavens. Queen Medusa facing the cruel reality that Xiao Yan's heart only remembers Xun'er. If you felt the weight of her heartbreak, the tension of the Bodhi Tree's trials, or the subtle cunning of Xun'er, make sure to hit that like button and show some love for the drama, the intrigue, and the unforgettable characters we've explored today. Comment below. If you were in Medusa's shoes, how would you have reacted? Would you have confronted Xiao Yan, fought the Bodhi Tree, or accepted your place quietly? I'd love to see your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into Xiao Yan's adventures, the harem dynamics, and every shocking twist Battle Through the Heavens has to offer. Stay tuned, because the next episode breakdown will explore even more betrayals, heartbreaks, and epic battles. Until then, may your Duchi be strong and your hearts unbreakable.